Welcome aboard, it's Captain G with an update to HBG's Operation Barbarossa. It is turn 10, Soviet Union recap. All right, so just a reminder, this is our first season with the heavy rain and the mud, which severely limits movement and supply radius. So as we have been doing, we reinforced up here in Leningrad to keep the holdout strong as possible, but our numbers from the low 20s down to the high teens, tweens number now. Not good, but we're holding on. We did an artillery barrage into the zone with the fewer infantry in order to have it a better chance at perhaps hitting steel, but no such luck. Down here west of Smolensk, we brought both this infantry down and the infantry that was here down. So we still have some infantry holding back our air base, but Orsha and Vilna, we've now moved in with 22 infantry, some trucks with supplies, and anti-air against whatever his Air Force sends to us. He can't react immediately because of the mud. Anything coming out of Leningrad can only move one space. So his only response immediately to this force could come from his reinforcement zone, where he has a number of trains, so he could easily move all these infantry and artillery up here to defend against any incursion by this group. And of course, if we from this point on sever these lines and hold them, we have in essence cut off all of these guys. Although because of the land connection with Finland, he can supply that way. So, but he would not be allowed to bring anything up via rail up to Leningrad. And sorry, I didn't realize Finland was out of line. He still has a connection with Finland, so he could send supplies and troops up this way, but he's limited to his naval capability up here in the Baltic. So we'll see how he reacts. It would help certainly the Soviets if he directs these guys this direction rather than towards the Caucasus. Here in the middle, in Kharkov, he reinforced last turn with artillery in all these zones. Our force would have, similar to what happened with the attacking infantry at Crimea, just been charging via foot the light brigade towards all those guns, and we decided to cross back towards the river towards Stalingrad to preserve our strength and provide potentially meat shields to the guards units. We did build up in Moscow, including purchasing our first fighter, some more guards, and actually the guards were moved in from the Lend-Lease zone. So because of the mud, he couldn't move down all the way. He could only move one zone. So hopefully next turn they'll be able to move two on frozen winter tundra. And then this force that had pulled forward and kind of circled towards Smolensk has pulled back to secure Moscow's defenses. And now the critical front in the Caucasus. Now, coming out of, make sure I'm as wide as I can go, yeah. Coming out of Stalingrad, we did try medium bombers to strike at the Italian-Hungarian supplies. I did not wipe them out. I think we got 2 of his 4, leaving 2. Yes. So he does have supplies. If we had killed this, and because of the mud, they could not draw supplies from this zone. So had we received 4 hits on this, then this force could not attack on this turn. But sadly, we only got 2, so he can attack if he wants. But our forces here were able to move up. We had some infantry coming across the river. We had some mechs coming down from Stalingrad. We had all 4 of our tactical bombers from the air base able to fly. Because of the mud, his fighter that was in that zone, the German fighter, he had 1 there. He has a couple fighters and a Hungarian fighter here in this strong force, and 1 in Rostov-on-the-Don. But all of them are grounded. They cannot fly because of the mud. So basically those planes you can consider being on the ground, unable to take off. So when the Soviets took the zone, they destroyed those German fighters on the ground. It was a close, long battle, but eventually our numbers, just by the sheer numbers, all of us prevailed. And we still have about a dozen infantry and a couple artillery. Not enough to stand up to all this armor if he wants to come back and continue to stretch his forces, or he may pivot and move further south. But since we reestablish our supply lines using trains, because again, the movement with the mud, we were able to, we did not use our guards tanks that were here. We instead loaded them on the trains and sent them down to Baku with some more infantry to shore up Baku's defenses, because we knew they were going to be hit at least by the Italians and Hungarians. He may swing this army down, but it'll take 2 turns of mud to get down there. I don't expect mud next turn in January, February. The odds are it'll probably be snow, but these things do happen. It was a 1 in 12 chance that we would have mud this turn. So still back and forth, critical in the Caucasus, could go either way. As we wrap up our Soviet turn, next up will be the German turn 10, and Flak 88 will roll for the ever important combat initiative and weather as we head into turn 11, January of 1943. This game is certainly come with a lot of ups and downs, a lot of swings, and has been a tremendous amount of fun. And it's still going strong. This is Captain G for Flak 88. Over and out.